Welcome back to part 2 of our golf simulator room build. If you haven't seen part 1, we highly recommend that you go and watch it now. Today we're going to show you how we built the wall and the ceiling panels, put in the gym flooring and the turf. And later on in this video, we're going to give you a full-blown tour of our golf simulator room. Thank you so much for watching, guys. The next step for me is a little bit of prep work. And that is, like I mentioned, for the pads that I'm going to be building and attaching to the sidewalls and up on the ceiling. But I need to do some prep work. My situation is going to be a little different than yours, perhaps. Like I said, everybody's room situation is going to be different. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take some 1x pine and I'm going to hang that on the studs here. And what that'll do is it'll allow me to get my pads out in front of this conduit and not have to mess with that. I don't know, maybe that's against some code out there. Leave a comment and let me know. Maybe you know that shouldn't be the case. And because of that, I'm going to match the same thing on this side wall. I'm going to put the pine on these studs just to make sure everything's uniform. And I'm also going to do the same thing on the ceiling. I'm going to hang pine strips across the ceiling to attach my pads to. The other thing that this will allow for is when I put the pads on the wall, there will be a 3/4 inch gap from the wall to the pad, and it'll allow me the option to hang some LED strips behind the pads, which I think would be a cool effect, have that glowing effect. So that's the first step. And then the next thing I'm going to work on is up on the ceiling up here, I will be mounting, drum roll please, my new launch monitor. And my new launch monitor is the Pro TV X, camera-based launch monitor. I am so super pumped about this device. I'm excited to get it hooked up. I'm excited to try it out. And I'm really excited to give a full-on review for you guys and let you know my thoughts on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount a bracket up there before I start hanging everything. So the way I'm gonna do that is with this gas pipe with the flange. I'm going to mount this on the ceiling. There'll be another flange on this side that I'll be able to mount the Pro TV X bracket to, and it'll give me just the right length to get that 10 feet that I need. So I'm going to put this up there. I'm going to go ahead and mount the 1x4 inch pine strips and walk you through that process. The wall, 1x4s are up both sides. The ceiling, they're ready for the Z-clips. Z-clips are going to be attached to these, which will also be attached to the back of the pads to allow those to hang on the walls and the ceiling. I will link those in the description for you for the Z-clips, everything that I've purchased to build this. But first we're going to go ahead and start on the building of the pads, the wall pads. Those are the pads that I decided not to buy and to build them myself to save money. So I'm going to walk you through that entire process, how I think it'll work good. Again, it's trial and error. That's why I'm making this video. But I think it'll work pretty good. And so we're going to build those, and then we're going to work on mounting them to the wall and the ceiling. First thing I'm going to do is kind of go over the products that I purchased to build these wall panels. I went ahead and built a couple of them. You'll see one here, one over here. I wanted to do a test run to make sure they worked like I hoped they would, and they worked out pretty good. So these panels on the wall, I went 2 foot by 8 foot, so 24 inches by 96 inches, and they are 2.5 inches in thickness. And the way that I built those was this black material I purchased on Amazon. And then I bought these foam panels which are 24 by 96 inches, so they fit perfect on the backer board that I'll show you. Got those on Amazon as well. And then behind me here, I've got these OSB panels, and these are pre-cut 24 by 96 inches, so it was perfect to fit with the foam and the material that I purchased. They are a 1/2 inch thick, so they are going to be our backer board that we're going to put the foam and then wrap the black material around it and staple it on there. These are the tools that you're going to need. You're going to want to have a stapler, pair of scissors, and a tape measure. I'm going to go ahead and build one for you and show you how I did it, and we'll get going. And now we're going to get the OSB panel. And there is the finished product. Looks pretty nice and clean to me. I got a bunch more to build. Let's get at it. And there you have it. Panels galore. That was actually a pretty good sized project. Took a little bit longer than I thought, but I think it'll be well worth it. They're ready to be hung up on the wall and the ceilings. Walls and ceilings, excuse me. Back into my sim room. Like I said, I've got one there already, one there. So we're just going to stack them as we go. Each one of these panels cost me about $70. That's for the black material, the foam, the OSB panels, the staples. Roughly about 70 bucks per panel is what it cost me. That gives you a general idea of what you'd be looking at. Now, if your room's bigger than this or smaller, obviously that's going to change the dollar amount for you. But in general, about $70 per panel for a 2-foot by 8-foot panel. All right, so it is hang the panels day. And this is a 2-person job. I could probably do it myself, but I'd probably hurt myself. So I'm bringing in a special guest. This guy right here. His name is Philip, or Phil. He's also my son. He's our oldest. So you're going to be seeing his face a lot on the channel. Philip has a really solid golf swing. I'm really pumped about showcasing that at some point. But today I got him here. 2 ladders, 2 men, lots of panels. Here we go. Let's get at it. So Philip is up on the ladder. We're starting to hang the Z-clips. If you look up here, we drew a line across the ceiling here on the lumber to make sure we're getting as straight across as possible. But we're putting the screws in the Z-clip. You can see the little gap there that we're going to slide into. You'll see as we go. But just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what this product looks like. So we're going to add a couple more all the way down to the end, and then over here we're going to do the same thing. I'm letting him do all the hard work. I'm just gonna watch. So here's our track. And then of course we have one over there. So the next step is, this is where the fun part comes in. We're gonna put the Z-clips that go on the back of the panels, we're gonna slide them into here, and we're gonna use double-sided sticky dots to push our panels into it, slide it out, bring it down, screw the brackets on the back of the panels. Gets a little tricky, so bear with us. Okay, we got the stickies on there, and we stacked them 3 high on each location to build it up so it sits down. And I'm gonna slide this in here. I'm gonna get it pretty close to the wall over here. I'm not gonna touch the wall with it. That's not necessary. I'm gonna leave about a ½ inch off the wall. I'm gonna slide one in down there, and we're gonna put the first panel up. Yeah, so 3 high. Apparently my son Philip thought I was saying 2, so we got a little more sticker work to do. Good job, Philip. I knew I brought you here for a reason. Just kidding, I love him. I love you, son. Alright guys, this is a part that I've been so pumped about getting to. So let's hope this works. We're gonna carry this panel up, we're gonna face it like this. We're gonna take it up there, get it in place, push it into those stickies, and pull it down, and hopefully it all works good. So as you can see, the bracket's stuck. So you screw it in, slide it in, and you should be good. All right, that is so satisfying to finally have a ceiling panel up. You think about this process over and over in your head, and you hope that it works, but to see it actually work is really satisfying. So we're gonna get at it and just keep going.
So we just finished cutting the hole for the launch monitor, and now we're finishing up this board so we can through it.
Got this little trim piece that goes around pipes. You slide around there and then those snap together. Just to kind of cover that little slit that we cut in fabric. So slide it over the pipe like that, and up, snap it together. And bear with me because I am losing my eyesight. Like that. You guys, I am so pumped about that. Look at that. It turned out really good. It looks great. Next project right here behind me. We're gonna hang these wall panels. Let's get to it. This whole wall is almost completely done. I have to cut one more strip up there. I was waiting till these panels were on first from the floor up so I can make sure I get the right measurement on that top piece. So I'm gonna have to rip a piece down, put the foam on it, put the fabric on it, staple it on, and then attach that to the wall. And then on this other side, we still got the whole wall to do, but it's late. We're gonna call it a night, get some rest, and we'll get at it again another day. Here we are, another day. As you can see behind me here, I actually finished the panels on the other wall. This is the wall that Philip, my son, and I were working on the other night. And I finished this wall today, and I didn't record it. I got to thinking about it, I was gonna record, and I'm like, no, they've already seen me hang several of the panels. I don't wanna keep boring them with that. You all get the gist of how the panels go up, and I could not be more happy with the way it turned out. It's so cool and sleek looking, really nice clean lines, and it's also cool, like when you step inside this bay, it kills the sound. So like when you go to hit a golf ball and everything, it really deafens the sound of it. I like that, but it turned out great. I'll step back here, give you a visual from back here. I also added some LED lights, but turned out really nice. So I'm gonna move on to the floor now. It's nice to be done with the walls and ceiling in there. I'm gonna start putting my gym flooring down throughout the rest of this room. That's what I'm gonna be working on next. Behind me here, I'm gonna be moving all this stuff, all the weights out of here, and I'm gonna finish laying this foam flooring down. And then once I get it down, we can start working on laying the turf in here. So it's getting exciting. Back, and I went ahead and finished putting down the gym tile floors. I didn't record it again because I figured you already watched me do it enough. Got the flooring in all around up to the doorway there. There's going to be a door here eventually, but yeah, it's turned out great. So we're going to move on to the next step here. So I am going to get started on putting in some turf. I got some artificial turf that's going to go on the floor in the hitting bay area, and then of course I need to put down my Fiberbuilt mat here. So right now I'm going to start off by laying down the rubber pieces for the hitting mat and then putting those in place and show you how that works. Have it. That is the base. Grab this piece first. Slide it over. Should
Take it.
This would probably be a big enough setup to have lefties and righties playing on the same mat. I won't be able to do that here because of my restrictions on space. If you're my friend and you're left-handed, I'm sorry, you're not gonna be able to play here. You have to learn how to hit right-handed. You guys, before I go on, I just want to take a quick minute to say thank you so much for watching my channel. It really means a lot to me. There's so many good videos out there on this kind of stuff. So if you're watching, you're still watching, thank you so much. I hope it's been helpful to you. Like I said, we're gonna put out a lot of good content, I hope. Stuff that you would like to watch, do a lot of reviews on golf technology. My son Philip and I will. And so that stuff's coming up. So if you want to see that, like and subscribe, leave a comment on this video. Appreciate it so much. Thank you. It's all done. Let me take you guys on a little tour of my new built-in golf simulator room. Obviously, the big moment's right here. Something over here, it's special to me. My dad, he passed away in 2015. He had a big impact on my life. And so I wanted to honor him in my room. So this is one of his old golf towels with his name, Ed, stitched on it. And then right over here, my dad owned and operated a sign company. And growing up as a teenager and a young adult, I got to work with him and he taught me a lot. He was a great man, a man that loved God, loved his family, loved his country. Some other things, big Tiger Woods fan, always have been. So Philip, actually running the camera here, got me that poster. I love that. So we got that on display, TV on the wall. Got my weights here for working out. These chairs. So when I have friends over to come play golf with me, sit back and chill. Nice rug on the floor. Makes it cozy. Got my gaming PC set up with the dual monitors. That works really good. I'm excited about launching the software on there. And as you can see around the built-in simulator, I put some LED lights in there just for fun. You can change the colors on them to whatever you want, but obviously this is what we're in here for. I do want to point one thing out, guys. It wasn't within my budget right now to get a new projector, okay? The projector I have is great, but it's not a short throw projector, so it's sitting back further now because the screen's so much bigger. So you'll notice when I set up to hit a golf shot, you can see it cast my shadow on the screen. Not a big deal. To some people, that's a deal breaker. To me, it's not right now because I know eventually we're going to get a new projector and take care of that. But guys, as I mentioned throughout the video, you can do this. You can absolutely do this for less than $5,000. You just got to put a little work into it. You know, be willing to put the work into it. Even if you were to pay for those panels yourself, it's still some work, okay? So be willing to put the work into it, and you can have this. Appreciate you tuning in, guys. Thanks so much.